All right, how we doing today, everyone? I'm going to talk about a quote I hear Pat McAfee say all the time, and it is true. It's true in sports. It's true in life, and that is be who you can afford to be. And in this case, not talking about money, but it could be true in that case of money and spend the money how you can and that type of thing, and money you actually have, but I want to talk about with your fitness, with your health, with your nutrition in sports. Because be who you can afford to be. If you think about it in terms of like the star athlete, the star player, they can get away with a lot more. As much as all these charlatan coaches and nutritionists want to talk about that, everyone's treated the same in sports. All these coaches treat everyone the same, and hard work. Get good grades, do the right thing, don't mess around, don't party and stuff like that outside of sports, whether it's college or high school. And that's just not the case. Don't get, like, coaches are going to go recruit, especially college coaches, they're going to recruit the best athletes. They're best athletes. They're going to recruit the best players. And they're going to overlook grades. They're going to overlook the party and that type of stuff. Yeah, there's certain things that, if they're like criminals and stuff like that, I'm sure even that. You look at the NFL, players get second chances. If they're a great player, if they're a star, they're going to get a second chance, third chance, fourth chance. If they're not, then they'll dump you. If you're not the star, see you later. And that's how it works. It's be who you can afford to be, and that's what it means with that. You're the physically gifted freak athlete. You don't have to try as hard, because you can just show up and dominate. That's just the truth to it. You don't have to work as hard in practice, because let's say it's basketball, you can just dominate when you go into the high school and you just destroy everyone. Then you get to college and you're still better than everyone else. You don't have to work as hard. You don't have to do as much. And then it's people like me that are like, God, I wish I had that ability. I was more of the try hard. I have to work hard. Yes, I was decently athletic, but I wasn't like the physical freak that could jump out the gym or sprint super fast and things like that. So I had to work a lot harder. I had to be the sort of try hard and the always hard worker, the grind mode, and that type of stupid stuff. But it is the case. You have to realize where you're at and what you can afford to do and be and who you can afford to be. If you're that freak, yeah, you can get away with a lot. Yes, it's good to have the traits of working hard and work ethic and showing up on time and being a good person and all that stuff. That's just part of it. You should strive to be that. But if you are that freak athlete, you can get away with a lot more than us non-freak athletes. You can, like I said, you don't have to worry about as much about grades. Being a perfect saint off the field or off the court. That stuff is, coaches are going to overlook that. It's stood the test of time that coaches, if you're the superstar, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt. You're going to get everyone wanting, you're going to get the scholarships, you're going to get the bigger contracts. And yes, there's plenty of freak athletes who are solid people, solid on the field, off the field, in the community, that type of stuff, in school and everything. And that's what people should be striving to be. But you're always going to run into the turds that are just freak athletes and can get away with everything and just not care about anything else. They're not going to work hard or show up half the time because they can. They know they can. They can get away with it. And as much as all these people want to think that, I'm a different coach. And yes, I'm sure there are coaches, maybe Belichick, and they always talk about Lombardi, how he treated everyone the same, like dogs. So, yes, I'm sure there are coaches out there, but the majority of the time, they're going to overlook it. If you got the tougher academic schools to get into, they're going to help the better athletes get in by lowering their standards. That's the grades and stuff like that. So that's how it works. That's just life in general. And when it comes to your health and wellness, I always see people everyone wants to be lean in shape, be able to move well, be athletic, those types of that stuff. But no one wants to work for it. No one wants to put in the work. They think they can get away with the stuff the freaks can do. They think they can get away by not having to eat good quality food or sleep or actually train hard and work at it. Put in a little bit of effort. They see the athlete, and then like kids see athletes like DK Metcalf and Jamar Chase talking about how they don't really care about nutrition because they can afford to get away with it. They are freaks. They're genetically, just physically gifted. They have just lean, athletic, ripped bodies when they eat junk all the time. Can you do that? Sure, you can. Is it going to benefit you? Probably not, because you're not a gifted freak. And if you are, congratulations. Use that to your ability and become the best you can be with it. But the majority of the people are not that 1% of the 1%. And you're not going to get away with being able to build a lean body if you're eating junk all the time, eating crap all the time, not sleeping, not actually training, not working hard. Because it's about realizing who you are, what your abilities are, and really who you can afford to be if those are and figure out what your goals are. And if your goals aren't to be, that's totally fine too. You can do whatever you want. Maybe you just want to exercise to feel a little better or move a little better. That's totally fine. But if you really want to be the best, whether it's an athlete or at work or in school or even just a former athlete, to be an athlete for life, like my whole slogan is and stick is, it's I want to be the best. I want to be lean. I want to be ripped. I want to be athletic. As I'm getting closer to 40, and I know that I can't afford to eat crap all the time, and just not work hard and train hard and not sleep, because I've done that stuff, and it got me to be a fat slob and lazy and out of shape and beat up all the time, because I thought all the stuff, and then you see like the athletes marketing all the crap, the Gatorades and the candy and pop and all the other junk food out there, and I don't know, a lot of them probably don't even drink it or eat that stuff, but a lot of them probably do because they can get away with it. They can afford to get away with it because they are blessed and gifted and genetically gifted and physically gifted. But a lot of times, eventually, it catches up to them too, and they realize it. Then they start changing their nutrition, changing their habits, and the whole point is for you to realize who you can afford to be. Realize your genetics. Yes, you can push your genetics. Genetics aren't what making you fat. Yes, you might not be genetically as gifted to have the super ripped body or whatever. It might be harder to get to it, but you can change a lot of that. You can change a lot of how you look, how you feel. That's with your training, your nutrition, your sleep, all your other habits. You can control a lot of that. Sure, you might not be able to be the fastest person in the world or the strongest or the highest jumper, but you can certainly elevate your ceiling or whatever you want to call it. But you're not going to be able to do it with a lot of the stuff that a lot of these more gifted, more blessed people are. And that's the whole point, is to be able to realize that where you're at and how you are with your genetics, your physical ability, your skill set, and know what you have to do. You might have to work harder. You might have to work more. You might have to do more. You might have to eat better, sleep more, develop the habits that are going to get you to where you want to be. So once you figure out who you can afford to be, then you can start working at it. Then you start realizing, and then you know, candy bar is not going to help me. This Gatorade is not going to do much for me. All this junk I'm eating is not helping me. I feel like crap. But then I start eating real food. Oh, I magically start looking better, feeling better. I have muscles. I have abs. I can see my toes again. Those types of things. So be who you can afford to be. That is the lesson for the day. And we will talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching, guys.